Hello everyone. ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ welcome କରୁଛି biology lessons with Kalyani in Odia रे. This is our first class. ଆଜି ଆମେ chapter 1 the living world ପଢିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛୁ. ଆଉ କଣ ଏଠି ପଢିବା? ଆମେ ପଢିବା what is biodiversity, ଆମେ କେମିତି naming କରୁ, in short binomial nomenclature ଦେଖିବା, what is classification, taxonomy, এই ସବୁ concepts ଗୁଡା ଆଜିର class ରେ discuss କରିବା. Please stick to the end of the video because ଆମେ important PYQs भी ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛୁ. So what is biodiversity? Biodiversity को ଆମେ define करि परिबा the number and types of organisms present on earth. ता माने कोन? earth रे जेते भी types of organisms amara देखा जाउची plus तांकर number together they form the biodiversity. Okay, एटी गोटे important NEET fact अछि. Number of species that are known and described till today are in the range of 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, now amara एते सारा species अछि, आमे ताकू केमिति कैरेक्टराइज करि परिबा, तांकर लर्निंग को केमिति सिंपलर करि परिबा. तो एठी हमर नोमेनक्लेचर ता बहुत इंपोर्टेंट अछि. व्हाट इज नोमेनक्लेचर? देखो बहुत सारा हमर प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स अछि. दैट मीन्स वी हैव अ लार्ज डाइवर्सिटी and most of the places रे हमर plants और animals तांकर local names रु जणा जानती. तो local names रु जणा गले कोन हबो? suppose in India तमे apple को कोन कहूचो? जदि northern side जीवो सेब कहूचो, ओडिया रे कहले सेउ कहूचो. तो जागा रो जागा जते बडा में देखू local names गुडा change होउची. तो particular apple जो tree अछि हमें ताको केमिते गोटे single name रे reference करि परिबा. Here nomenclature is important. Okay, so nomenclature is the standardization of naming the living organisms so that organism is known by the same name all over the world. तो हमरो किछि इंटरनेशनल कमिटी अछि आ सेहि दिरे आमे गुटे ऑर्गेनिज्म को सिंगल नेम प्रोवाइड करू. This is known as nomenclature. Okay, but before ame organism को name or nomenclature करू, we have two important steps. What are they? We have to characterize the organism. से organism रो कोन characteristics, तार morphology केमिति, से कोठी रहुची, तार other traits सब केमिति characterization करि सला परे आमे सेटा को identify भी करू, and then आमे nomenclature को जाऊ और naming को जाऊ. Is that clear? तो आमे जिते बेले गोटे organism को name करू, that is called as nomenclature. आउ से name ता also it is known as scientific name. And what does it ensure? Scientific names ensure that each organism has only one name. Now, how is it possible? This is possible because naming is always done on the basis of principles and criteria that is acceptable to biologists all over the world. And there are some important, rules that are followed for naming plants and animals, and it is provided in International Code for Botanical Nomenclature or ICBN for plants and International Code for Zoological Nomenclature or ICZN for animal. तो important point कोन? I mean naming जो करू, that is also known as scientific name, and scientific name is done based on guidelines provided in ICBN for plants and ICZN for animals. Clear? Scientific names जो organisms को provide करा जाए, that type of naming or nomenclature system को हमें binomial nomenclature system भी कहू. Now by word it means two. Since the nomenclature system, it has two components. That is why it is called as binomial nomenclature system. Who gave this system? This was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Very important. Okay. Next चला, a nomenclature system रा what are the two components? देखो, the first one is generic name and the second one is specific epithet. गोटे example नबा, जदि हमें mango देखिबा, mango रा scientific name हैला Mangifera indica. तो it has two components in it. That's why it is under the binomial nomenclature. Okay, the first component Mangifera is known as the genus or the generic name. Okay, second component Indica is known as the specific epithet. Is that clear? Let us now see some other examples also. Okay, Mangifera indica to ame already dekhi sarche. Solanum tuberosum, our potato. Okay, ebe Solanum ta hela kona genus, tuberosum ta hela specific epithet. Okay, similarly Panthera leo jodi dekhiba, Panthera leo hela species name, Panthera hela the first word is the genus and leo hela specific epithet. Similarly, for Homo sapiens, jodi dekhiba, that is the species name. Homo, the first word is the genus. Sapiens hela specific epithet. I hope it's clear now. ଏବେ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା nomenclature ପାଇଁ କଣ କଣ universal rules ଅଛି. Okay, always the biological names, they should be written in Latin and in italics. Italics माने कौन? ये जो slanted ହେଇକି ଲେखा जाए, that is called as italic. Okay, now second point है, the first word in the biological name, it represents a genus and the second component represents a specific epithet. ଆମେ ଏଟା already देखि सारଛୁ. Okay, now both the words in a biological name when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Now ता माने कौन? ता माने हेला biological name को जदि आमे लेखिबा, just handwritten करिबा, ताहले हमको दीटा genus और species both components को हमको underline करिया को पड़िबो. आउ जदि आमे सेटा print नबा, then it should be in italics like this. Okay, next point hela, the first word denoting the genus starts with a capital letter. Eti first letter kona? Tamara Mangifera ra M. So M should be always capital and rest all should be in small letters. Specific epithet ra first letter ta always lower case re rahibo. Only genus ra first letter ta capital re rahibo. Both easy points. I hope you are clear with this. Okay. Next point hela, which is very important, name of the author appears after the specific epithet at the end of the biological name and is written in an abbreviated form. Amane kona? Dekho, Mangifera indica Lin. This is the name of the mango, scientific name of mango. Ta mane hela, eiti Mangifera hela tamara genus, indica hela species, specific epithet indica pore we have added Lin. Lin ta hela kona? Lin is the abbreviation of Linnaeus who described the species for the first time. Clear? Ame dekho eti sabu rules apply korchu. This is both Mangifera indica, that is in what? Italics. Okay. Now capital letter for is used for the starting letter of genus. Mangifera ra M ta capital achi. Indica re seta capital nahi, lower case re achi. Okay. Now the author who described it, seta italics re rahibani, it will come after the specific epithet. I hope all the rules are clear for you guys. Ebe ame dekhiba classification of organisms. What is classification? It is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. देखो जो vast amara animals and plants achanti tankara characteristics tankara similarity dissimilarity jaha rohuchi tara basis re ame tanku some categories re divide kari pariba. That process is known as classification. Au jo categories amara during classification develop hochi seya ku ame kon kahi pariba? Taxon or plural re taxa kahi pariba. Okay, so taxa are the convenient categories to study organisms and indicate categories of organisms at different levels. And taxonomy kono? The process of classification of all living organisms based on characteristics into different taxa is called as taxonomy. The classification hela ame grouping kariba, jaha bhi levels haba seta hela taxa. The process of grouping is called as taxonomy. Is that clear? Now, आमर क्लासिफिकेशन बेले सम इंपोर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया सब थाए कौन कौन क्राइटेरिया थाए हमको स्टडी करिया पे पड़िबो को भी ऑर्गेनिज्म रो तार सेल केमती स्ट्रक्चर केमती तार इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल स्ट्रक्चर केमिति तार प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट केमिति फूड हैबिट केमिति हैबिटेट केमिति इकोलॉजिकल इंफॉर्मेशन हमको सब organism विषय जानिया को पड़िबो. So all of these are known as characterization of the organism. So before we classify an organism, that we have to characterize the organism first. Okay, then we have to identify the unique like similarities and dissimilarities, that is known as identification. Okay, तापरे आमे ग्रुप करू which is known as classification, and finally आमे कौन करू ना scientific name provide करू based on the level in which the organism is placed, that is known as the nomenclature. Okay, so this is very important line. Characterization, identification, classification and nomenclature are the processes that are basic to taxonomy. एठी हमको ए order टा भी very important मने रखिया को पड़िबो. I mean first nomenclature does not come. First we have to characterize, identify the similarities and dissimilarities, group them. Finally we can give a scientific name to the organism. Is that clear? Ebe another word is systematics, very important. Okay, systematics हमरो derive होइछि Latin word systemaru. आउ कौन ये mean करछि? It means systematic arrangement of organisms. It was described by Linnaeus in the book Systema Naturae. What does it mean? Systematics माने आमे classification alongside evolutionary relationship among organisms भी study करू. तामने कौन इवोल्यूशनरी ऑर्गेनिज्म रिलेशनशिप माने हैला दीटा ऑर्गेनिज्म केमिति रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इवोल्यूशन. आगे एप्स आसिले ना आगे ह्यूमन आसिले. एप्स और ह्यूमन बिसरे कौन ऑर्गेनिजम्स आमे जदी स्टडी करूछु इन एडिशन विथ your classification or taxonomy, that is known as systematics. Very important line. Systematics includes taxonomy and evolutionary relationship among organisms. Okay, last slide रे आमे देखिले what is taxonomy. आउ classification कला बेले आमे convenient categories रे divide करू organisms को on the basis of their characteristics, similarities or dissimilarities. Okay, so taxonomic category represents a rank referred to be as a unit of classification and it is called as taxon. Okay, plural जदि तार देखिबा it is called as taxa. तो ए सबु कैटेगरी को जदि आमे गोटे स्पेसिफिक वे रे अरेंज करिबु, that is known as taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, so overall taxonomic arrangement which includes all the categories is known as taxonomic hierarchy. तो कौन है taxonomic hierarchy? जदि आमे highest level लो start करिबा तो kingdom हैला highest level, तापरे आसीबा phylum for animals and division for the plants, then asibo class, then order, then family, then genus, then species. So species hela tomara lowest level of taxonomic hierarchy, au highest level hela kingdom. Ebe all the other parts of it are known as what? We already discussed. These levels or ranks are known as taxons. Okay, and each taxon, it is a unit of classification and represents a group of organisms that share common features. Is that clear? Ebe dita important points achi. Jodi ame kingdom ru dekhiba species parjanto. कौन किंगडम जदि हमें देखिबा we have plant kingdom and animal kingdom. तो animal kingdom जदि हमें consider करिबा ताहले ता भितरे जहा भी organisms रहिबो तार similarity हमें जदि देखिबा सब organisms तादरे थिबे. तो तांकर similarity जदि हमें compare करिबा with respect to the animals that are in particular species level. तो species level रे कौन हबो ना organisms का between रे तमरो सिमिलारिटी टा बेसी रहइबो. एग्जांपल एबे एनिमल किंगडम रे तमरो कोन monkeys रहिबो humans रहिबो सब प्रकार animals रहिबो जदि हमें खाली humans नबा which is coming under species तो तांकर similarity टा always more. So when we go from kingdom to species, similarity between the organism increases. Okay, but जदि हमें देखिबा number रो कौन हुए kingdom रे कौन all the animals रहिबो but species रे कौन only humans रहिबो तो number of organisms in kingdom will be more or will species will be more. Definitely number of organisms in case of the kingdom will be more. So as we go from the kingdom to species, the number of organisms in kingdom would be more than that of species. Okay, so number of organisms in each level will decrease, but the similarity will increase. Is that clear? Very important concept. Okay. एबे मु गोटे सिंपल निमोनिक कहिबी रिमेंबर करिया पई टैक्सोनॉमिक हायरार्की. You can remember this as King Philip came over for good soup. Okay, king for kingdom, P for phylum, C for class, O for order, F for family, G for genus, S for species. Interesting. तो एई वेरे तमे टैक्सोनॉमिक हायरार्की को मने रखो. नेक्स्ट पार्ट रे आमे each level को डिटेल रे डिस्कस करिबा. Okay. अच्छा एबे आसीगला टाइम फॉर सम PYQs. नंबर 1 क्वेश्चन को देखिबा. द AIPMT रे आस्थिला 2010. द साइंटिफिक नेम ऑफ मैंगो इज करेक्टली रिटन एज. हमर मैंगीफेरा इंडिका हमें सबु जानिचु किंतु डिफरेंट वेज रे लिखा हिची. हमें रिमेंबर करिबा बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर रूल. त रूल्स कोन कुए इटैलिक्स रे रहइबो. जीनस रो फर्स्ट लेटर टा ओनली कैपिटल रहइबो. ओके तो एबे देखो सबु तीनटा इटैलिक्स रे अछि. चारटा इटैलिक्स रे अछि. सेकंड पॉइंट देखिबा एबे ओनली द फर्स्ट शुड बी कैपिटल. ए तो कोन हबो चॉइस हबो ए बिकॉज़ बी रे कोन फर्स्ट रे कैपिटल रे नाही. सी रे तमरा both genus और species रो फर्स्ट लेटर टा कैपिटल अछि और डी रे एवरीथिंग इज इन कैपिटल. सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन विल बी ए. ओके. सेकंड क्वेश्चन देखिबा द बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन इज. So, the lowest level of classification or the species is the basic unit of classification. Okay, एटा NEET 2023 रे आसीथिला. एबे गोटे assertion reasoning देखिबा. Scientific names are universally accepted. Assertion. Okay, reasoning तर दिया होची common names vary from place to place. Yes, both are correct because common names vary from place to place. That's why scientists came with the idea of scientific names which are universally accepted and are given by a common set of rules. Okay, and the international committees such as ICBN for plants and ICZN for animals, they carry out in giving the scientific names to the organisms. Okay, I hope तमे चैप्टर टा भलरे बुझी जाइछो. सेकंड पार्ट को समस्ते देखिबा आफ्टर लर्निंग द फर्स्ट पार्ट नाइसली. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप आज सेशन समस्त को बुझी आस्तिबो, भलो लागिथिबो. जदि ए वीडियोटा तुमको यूजफुल लागिले प्लीज do like the video, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends also. आमे ए चैनल रे जहाँ भी वीडियोस मु पोस्ट करिबी तादरे कांसेप्ट गुडा को तो क्लियरली पढ़िबा ही पढ़िबा. प्लस सेकंड वीडियो रे आमे डिस्कस करिबा ऑल द PYQ एरियाज, important concepts. मु also तमरो प्रैक्टिस PYQ क्वेश्चंस देबी जोटा कि तमरो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन संगे टैग थिबो and बहुत यूजफुल हबा को जाउची. प्लीज do like, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone. Have a very good day.